I'm not gonna lie, it's looking really bad. Really, really bad. I am on the fucking ropes around here, bruv. I am completely incapable of doing a Sector 1. Oh, I'm really bad around here. My worst trap in this game by far so far. Now then, here we are for another League Racing video. This is Zandvoort, round 5 for the Dutch Grand Prix in World Online Racing, WOR PC Tier 2, and we're going to try it and have another decent weekend, hopefully get some points on the board. Now guys, if you haven't seen the last race, go check it out, link in the top right, and yeah, hopefully guys go check it out, because spoiler warning, you know, things might be discussed from the last episode which you may not want ruined, so this is your chance to click off the video now. Anyway, here we are, currently in qualifying, and we had a bit of a scruffy opening lap. You know, not exactly the way I wanted to start things out. Now, I won't lie, I have been massively struggling here for pace. I just don't really have an answer. There's something about this track that just seems to not work for me. It's the first track so far where I've genuinely not got an answer for my pace. I am just stuck, you know, I don't have a solution. I don't know what it is, I don't know what I can do to remedy it. I tried to fix it in practice.
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining.
Now the last race was in Spain, and that was actually a race where we got a bit unlucky. Pace was actually good enough to get points, but unfortunately got into a few battles, also lost my head a little bit, and it didn't go well. So I'm hoping this weekend we can find a way to make that happen. However, it does seem like we are on the back foot pace-wise compared to Spain, which means we're going to have to be a bit smarter with our overall race weekend approach. Really nothing special. If I get under an 8, I'll be pretty happy. Now my personal best in practice lobbies is a 1:8.0, and that's exactly what we achieve on our second run. I wanted to go for 4 runs originally, but I had a small issue with my stream, I believe, just before joining the lobby, so I had to get that cleared up. So we lost a few minutes, which meant we couldn't get 4 runs in. Either way, we're going to go for one last attempt right now. I believe P1's a 1:7.7, but I'm not too sure. So we're only 3/10 to drift, which is insane. Anyway, currently making our way through turn number 3 into turn 4. A little bit wide through the banker there, got into the marbles, the car washed up wide, and we ended up losing our advantage, which was a bit of a costly error. Sector 1 is my Achilles heel here. I've been struggling. I am simply unable to hook up a competent first sector. Even though it looks good, I'm not fast, and I'm dropping about a 1/10.5, to be generous, a 1/10.5 every single lap without foul in the first sector, which around such a short lap is a massive margin. My middle and final sectors weren't actually that great, to be fair, in this particular lobby, but generally they weren't that bad. My recurring issue was the first sector. So you can see we're still trying to fight and find time, but the reality is this is our pace. It has been a bit of a scruffy lap, I will admit, not exactly perfect, and you know, we have lost that time of course through the banker, but up to the line, and we do not improve on our final run. So yeah, qualifying done for us, and we finished P17, and the bulk of that is in Sector 1. I mean, genuinely, if I could find a 1/10.5, that would at least put me P12, you know, in the 8s, which is, you know, what I'm unable to achieve. There was a few other small errors in that lap, and I think I could have done a bit better and possibly got to, you know, Leroy and Lewis pace had we unlocked this issue that I can't seem to fix. It's a weird one. I've never been helpless before in league racing, or, you know, completely without an answer. I don't know what I'm doing wrong in the first sector, but for some reason I'm just bleeding time, and I'm hoping the effect will be reduced in the race. Being in the DRS train, being in traffic, you're kind of following everyone else's pace, so hopefully that kind of neglects it. But either way, qualifying done, P17, and we're quite a way away, so we're going to have to fight back and try hard to get back in the points. There are a few grid drops, but those are not relevant. There was grid drops for cars going slow on track due to tyre warm-up where they brake drag, so those pens are going to get removed, so the grid order is final. So let's get into the race and let's see what happens. Oh, I'm not going to have full feedback, am I? Oh, this is going to be really sketchy. I'm going to have to let everyone go. I'm going to find out. Now, this is a major issue. Now, I'm going to rant a little bit during this stream in the background. At times, I've cut some of it out. Since this, I've spoken to Codemasters directly, and it turns out this is a Thrustmaster issue. Nope, I've got no force feedback. As you guys know, I run a Thrustmaster TSPC Racer with the open wheel add-on and Thrustmaster TLC and pedals. Now, this non-force feedback problem where the game basically removes force feedback if you tab out is a Thrustmaster specific issue, which is a real big problem for me as I'm in the minority in the situation here. This is just ridiculous, Codemasters. Please fix your shit, please. I'm begging you. Oh, still no force feedback. I'm gonna get fucked here. No DRS. Gotta keep tabbing in at my game until it works. Oh, fuck my life. Alright, there we go. Just the 6 seconds down. So we're going to be on our own. Fuck this game. Now, apparently, according to Codemasters, there's very little communication from Thrustmaster's side of things. Always two sides to the story, but that's what I've heard so far. So, I don't know when this is going to get fixed. Now, the solution to this would be having a practice session in a lobby restart or a formation lap, which we're not getting. So, in the case of a lobby restart for a race which we had for this one, I'm going to be handicapped. Oh, Sabrina. Go on, little safety car. Now, lap 4, Sabrino has an incident at turn 1. Hoping for a safety car at the time. No safety car, great. Unfortunately, we don't get one. So, we're going to keep on going. We're going to stay out and go long. I actually got as close. I'm also really going to burn through the fuel. Having no traffic, no dirt, yeah. I got as close to 3.4 seconds to Modesta Mena, at which point my battery ran out and I started to then drop back. And the gap would go on to increase to 8 seconds. You can see here on lap 12, I just couldn't keep up. Without DRS, you're basically going nowhere. TAC lost connection, lost some DRS. So we're going to get DRS. He's currently in AI, so it's not sure what happened there, but either way, we're going to gain a place, something, and move up in this one. He's AI. No wonder I'm crashing. Although his AI isn't as slow as my AI. Oh, well, this certainly is not going to be ideal. I do not want to have to use any battery with this overtake. So to not use battery, we're going to go to the outside and get that one done. The downside of driving in clean air is that I'm really burning fuel, as I mentioned before. It's a very fuel heavy circuit, and when you're not in traffic, you're not saving fuel, you're burning. So yeah, all the way up to lap 14 now, and the first car to pit is Valentino Labella in the Ferrari, and this should mark the start of the pit phase. Jan Halliday is in on the very next lap for Aston Martin, so we move up into P16, and we're basically going to stay out as long as possible, as long as the tyres will allow me to, and hope that we get some sort of a safety car, VSC or red flag. We'll stay out all the way to lap 33. If nothing happens, we'll retire, and that is it. Simple as that. We're just going to pray for a bit of luck. So, lap 16 now. More cars pitting. Jan Halliday behind, Valentino Labella as well. We are not going to get involved or fight. We are in a different race. We're basically praying for a miracle, so I'm not going to battle.
We're approaching the pit window, and you're going to be on mediums.
We're just going to politely move out the way, without hurting ourselves too much, but just move out the way, and I'll make an exception for a few people, one of them being Mr. SRT Lefted, Conor Muir, who I'll let by, and then later on Leroy Brown, if the opportunity were to arise, as I practice with those guys, and of course my teammate Lewis Welch. So, Lefted goes through, no dramas there, didn't want to hold him up through this fast section. I'll let Conor go, Lefted, let him go, I practice with him, he's quicker than me on my race. Now we can slot him behind, get some DRS on the back straight, then there's a bit of a gap to Wilson Hall behind, so we get a bit of a breather from having to get out of the way. Xander Van Dijken was also very quick, and I also chose to just let him go here because, you know, I practiced with him, he is pretty quick, he raced in split 1, and I didn't want to ruin his race. Again, there's levels in the racing. I'm not a fast driver by any means, but I'm a respectful driver, and people are trying to fight for different things. You have to understand that and accept it. So we let Xander go.
In this lap, push now.
O'Connor set the fastest lap, and now Wilson takes it away as Yannick Schmidt is just behind now. And those will be onto the back of us pretty quickly, as you can see here now, by the end of the lap. So again, we're not going to fight too hard. We'll just get to one side without lifting, just, you know, trying to weave in and out, slot in, slot out, and just make this as efficient as possible. We've also got Daniel Kelton behind in the Alpha Tauri, so more cars that we're going to have to let by. We'll stay in front of Wilson here, as we're not necessarily breaking the DRS train, which is the one thing I'm always looking out for. And we're going to basically keep the car to the inside as Wilson's made his mind up. And now Daniel's going to go through and make it a 3 wide across the line. We're going to take a bit of an early break into the first corner just to get out of that battle. Daniel up the inside, Declan Barrett leaving the pit exit, and now Lenny PNR on our outside again, just trying to stay out of all this terrorism. Trying to stay out of what I call terrorism, as a lot of these guys can often get involved in crashes. And yeah, we're just going to basically steer clear now. Bogdan Moldovan goes through, all these guys on fresh mediums or fresher mediums, so the pace difference is astronomical, simply put, no other word. On Leroy. And Leroy is going to be the last one of this little group, so again we'll let him by. He caught me a bit of an awkward time, so I didn't really have an ideal point to let him go, so I actually chose to just pull over here and let him still get DRS on Bogdan ahead through the back straight, which is efficient enough. I was going to cost him too much time there. Yeah, I thought it bad at the time, but in the end it didn't really affect things, and he was able to keep up. So yeah, a bit later when Modesto Mena, his teammate, caught up, I'm just going to let him go because we'll then get DRS on the pit straight. So it's basically we're cutting out a net loss by getting DRS on the main straight. We compensate. Modesto leaves to thank us in the process. Now Cameron Dowds is the next one to go through. Lap 22, we're going to just pull to the inside. And you can see in the bottom right, our tyres are now getting worn as we're over 60% wear. So we're pushing puncture territory as Jack Humphreys leaves the pit exit on fresh medium. So now we are back to where we were. All the faster cars who are ahead of me have once again re-overtaken me, and we are back to P18 ahead of Sabrino and Tack. So yeah, at this point I'm simply praying for some sort of a miracle in this race. Now on to lap 24, nothing else happened really, and then suddenly, oh, please, 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 I'm begging. Oh, we got absolutely baited. I thought we would get a safety car for that crash we left it, and nothing happened. One more lap before we hit puncture. That's exactly what we're going to do. Xander, Declan, Pitt again, so damage for those guys, and now we're going to box from P14, and yeah, we're in puncture territory, so we're going to have to get off these tyres now and go for the softs. Oh, mamma mia. Literally, I'm just trying, I'm hoping. 10 laps to go. I'm running pretty low on optimism now that we're going to get anything in this race, to be honest. I've got plenty of softs left. That's not an issue.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Oh my god, I've got a front left again. Oh my god, there's a yellow. There is a yellow. Please. 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 No. Oh, come on, safety car. Make your appearance. Again, we got absolutely trolled. The Mercedes went off, a crash in the middle sector. No safety car. We then went on to set a fast up at the Grand Prix on our fresh softs. And yeah, just sitting and chilling really. Now in P16 at this stage. I should do the trick, but we need a safety car yesterday. And here we are then, lap 28. We've caught up to Sabrino. We're going to get ahead of him on track and move into P14 and lock that one in as we head down to turn 1. Another yellow.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful. Okay, we've got a full course caution. The
I'm not religious, but
keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta.
I do not believe in a god, but there was a god shining down. Definitely do not want to speed now after all that. A miracle. Right at the end, on lap 29, safety car finally deployed. Oh boy.
Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres.
I want you to put a word out that we back up, and that is exactly what we're going to have to do. We are back up. Modesto made the pits, and he's going to get his pen removed in the process, so we are going to be P13 for this restart here. Shall I pit for another set?
Safety car
Oh, wow.
in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature. And remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Now, I thought we was going to get one more lap. You know, Jenna Martins wasn't quite caught up to the train, and it was a very late last-minute call from the safety car to pit. But we're going to get back on the way and go green here, and this is going to be key. It's going to be a sprint to the finish, and we have to be aggressive as we got the inside. 3 wide almost. We forced the move and the mistake from Declan. Let's go. And we are through, overtaking 2 cars and into P11. And with the fastest lap of the race, if we can gain one more place, we're looking at a couple of points in this one. Battling behind. And that would be insane, and that would be a miracle out of nothing this race. Just staying alive and waiting for that safety car, being opportunistic and making a crucial move to move closer to the points. And now currently behind Jack Humphreys, looking to try and make a pass. There's an incident, I think, behind.
Okay, there's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are so far no plans for a safety car. Okay, safety car deployed. Safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
When you want one, then you get 2 of them. Like London buses, mate. And that is exactly what it was. London buses in Zandvoort. No safety car for 30 laps, and then you get 2 in 3. Absolutely insane. Anyway, safety car back in, and yet another restart. We're going to have to be aggressive again here and get this time to perfection as we get underway. Oh no, it's a bad one. It's a really bad restart. Sergio Sabrino putting us under massive pressure here. We completely shut off the inside. Turn 1, trying to hold on to P10 now, as of course we've gained a place from, I believe, a bit more chaos, and now trying to go around the outside into the hairpin. Sabrino fighting hard. We get squeezed onto the grass. Okay, mate, fucking hell. And now we're 3 wide, but we've got the battery and we've got the straight high speed to edge in front. Insane 3 wide behind, and we avoid all that chaos as we lock into P10 and into the final points paying position in this race. And now, can we scratch and claw? Can we get anything else out of this race? There is nobody with a penalty this race for track limits. It's been very clean. Everyone has behaved really well, and we've got battling ahead. Severiano, Lenny PNR going at it up ahead, and we've got Jack just in front of us. We're going to try and see if we can get through, and using our battery tactically as we get right on the back of that AlphaTauri through the chicane and hairpin, looking to try and make the pass as we head on to the last lap of the race. This exit is going to be key, and it isn't that great. We lose quite a bit of ground. Sergio Sabrino gets closer, and we're going to be forced to use all our battery here to try and stay ahead and not invite any pressure from the Spaniard behind in the Alpine. Down to turn 1, keeping it nice and tidy, nice and tight, holding on to P10 as up ahead Soriano and Lenny switch places again. And so far, so good. On to the end of the lap then, and nothing else really happened. We all just kind of followed each other, but the pace was so similar. It's so tough to pass here, and it looks like we're going to bring home a points finish. It's impossible to get past. Oh well, I'll take a point. I will take a point. There might be some post-race penalties handed out. Oh. 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 Now it turns out on the restart, I actually missed it. On the very last restart, Wilson Hall got forced wide and was off road at turn 1, hence why we moved into P10. So initially I think it involved Lewis Welch, which is being looked at by the stewards. Now, what I've heard post-race is that Lewis Welch, I believe Jack Humphreys, and I think Mirko Soriano, those 3 are up for investigation and possible penalties. No confirmation of that is up to the stewards, but basically we could be looking at P7 once penalties are applied, which, don't ask how, it's just a miracle. But we stayed alive, and that's what it's all about. And this is why I often stress to a lot of people, league racing people, don't retire from races, because just because it goes wrong in lap 1, lap 2, lap 3, 5, 8, 10 out of 35, you may still get a chance to get back in, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, it looks like we could be on for a potential P7. I'm going to say P10 for now on a single point, which I'm very happy with. But if we get P7, I'll be gassed. Very, very gassed. So guys, like the video. Let's try and smash over 1,000 likes. Subscribe for more daily F1 content, weekly league racing content. Link down below to my link tree, guys. There is my Twitch. You can go check it out because I stream these races every Monday night. And also the Odd Creator Series Saturday nights as well. As always, a big shout out to the members. Check out the 2 videos on screen. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.